What's up, Johnny? Good to see you. What is going on, everybody? I am Rob Westerman III of GBP Daily, and thank you for tuning in to the Rob Westerman Show. You can find me all over social media at GBP Daily, and if you aren't already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the video, throw down a comment or two if you're able. It really helps me, goes a long way in helping the channel be seen across YouTube. So thank you. It is Friday, August 23rd. Happy Friday. Excuse me. Hope your morning is off to a good start. I know mine is. I've been up early, got a workout in already, and heading to lacrosse this weekend. Over on the Wisconsin-Minnesota border. And just now hanging out, talking Packers with you guys. So Packers had a pretty good day yesterday. Final day of training camp, heading up against the Ravens. A little joint practice action up in Green Bay. So crazy to think that the final day of training camp is already here. It seems like it was just yesterday we were getting rolling and Jordan Love contract and all that type of stuff and now boom, Packers Eagles in 2 weeks. Crazy. Time is flying by. So before we get in the chat here, just a reminder, Packers Ravens are capping off the preseason with their game tomorrow at Lambeau, noon kickoff. I've said it a few times, if you're wanting to watch some football inside Lambeau Field and do so for a lot cheaper than regular season ticket prices, here's your chance. So kick it off at noon tomorrow, Packers-Ravens preseason game number 3. If you're in the area, head over there, spend the afternoon in Lambeau. After tomorrow, it's all about the Eagles, baby. So it would be so sweet to head down to Brazil and get a win against an NFC opponent. Be a good start to the year, that's for sure. It's going to be a battle, but, man, cannot wait for real football to get here. So how's everybody doing? Good to see everybody in the chat getting after it this morning. Happy Friday. Hope you've had a good week, and the weekend is here. Omer in the chat. So very cool pic of your daughter and Jordan Love, Rob. Yeah, it was sweet. We were up at training camp not too long ago, and, I got a cool picture of my 3-year-old and Jordan Love, so that was fun. That was cool. Jordan Love, a man of the people. Omer, thanks for tuning in, man. Very nice day of practice yesterday. One on both sides of the ball, except we will not see much of the ones on Saturdays. Maybe one series, if any at all. So, I haven't heard anything if the starters are going to play or not. I know Coach was saying yesterday, we'll see to any are the starters playing questions by the reporters. So it'll be interesting. If it were up to me, I'd throw them out the first series. There's just something about getting ready for a game, getting all dressed up, stretched out, and actually preparing as opposed to just going out there in sweats, street clothes. Just think it's been a couple weeks since the starters have done that. And since week 1 of preseason up to 2 weeks from today, that's, a month. So that's a long time to not be getting dressed up, walk out of the tunnel type thing. So hopefully they'll at least get dressed, maybe go through warm-ups, go out there for a series. If not, let's just get dressed, head out there for warm-ups, get kind of, riled up a little bit, and then boom, tone it back down. We got 2 weeks till game day, which is just every time I say it, it's crazy. So, Omer, thank you for the comment, my man. Good to see you. Jacob in the chat says, "Go Pack, go." Go Pack, go, my man. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Friday. Jason, were you at practice yesterday? If so, did you see any of the Ravens players riding down? What's up, Jason? I was not at practice yesterday, but I did see plenty of videos online of Derrick Henry, Kyle Hamilton, Lamar Jackson, a bunch of the Ravens players riding down. So that was pretty cool to see. One of the cooler and long-standing traditions in sports. So cool to see the Ravens, take part in that. And it looked like we almost had a little bit of a disaster there with Lamar Jackson and his bike. He was riding down. I think it was a motorized bike of some sort, and he tried to stop, and I think the bike just kept going. But thankfully, he was pretty quick to recover and avoid doing any sort of fall or spill. So a little scared there, and just imagine if he did fall off, right? I mean, I don't think too many players would be wanting to ride down those motorized bikes. So I don't blame them. Can we just get some normal bikes in there? Come on now. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate you coming in, man. Happy Friday, Oscar. Thank God it's Friday. Go Pack, go checking in from all the way down in South Texas. Oscar, good to see you. My brother lives down in Brownsville. Been down there a few times. Love it. So, Oscar, hope you're enjoying your Friday morning. TGIF. The weekend is here. So, yeah, my brother's down in Brownsville. So, South Texas representing in the chat. I've loved going down there. Been down there a few times. The weather is obviously great. So, hope you're having a good Friday. Thank you, Thank you, Oscar, for hopping in. Rue, hi. What's up, Rue? Good to see you. Omer. Yes, nearly ran over a kid and fell. Imagine getting put on IR for falling off a bike. Yeah, that would be bad. That would not be good. The video was pretty, pretty yikes-ish. So, all good, though. No injuries, no nothing. The bike tradition had a little bit of a scare there. I imagine if that were to happen. Yeah, now I don't even want to talk about what would happen if he did fall and get hurt. Omer, thank you for hopping in, man. Good to see you. Maria, how did Jordan Love look yesterday? What's up, Maria? Thank you for the question. Well, from the reports coming out of practice and some of the videos I saw surfacing online yesterday, he had a pretty good day. Bounced back from last week's practice, the joint one against the Broncos, which is nice to see. He did start a little slow yesterday. Had a pick to Roquan Smith towards the beginning of practice, but if I remember correctly, he had 4 touchdown passes in red zone. So had a few good throws in 2 minutes to get him rolling, get him down the field pretty easily. They stalled out from there, but Carlson did hit the field goal to tie it in their 2-minute drill. So, but overall, good day, and against one of the better defenses in the NFL, which is you always like to see that. So Ravens are no joke. They had number one scoring defense last year. So they've got some guys over there, Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith. So they got a good defense. So yeah, good day from Jordan Love, which is great to see. And maybe that'll just do enough to get him out of the preseason game. I'm hoping not. Throw him in there for a drive. At least make him get dressed. Make him all warm up or something. Walking out in street clothes, that make me a little nervous. Not doing anything preseason. I guess I'm probably over exaggerating a little bit. They get in pads. They practice every day. I'm sure the effect is pretty minimal, but I don't know. We'll see, right? So, all right. What else we got? Randall, do you think we go after a veteran kicker, Rob? Randall, I don't know. I don't think so. I just saw that Cade York, the backup kicker from the Browns, I believe, was just traded for a conditional 7th. So I don't think. I don't know. I don't think so. I think Anders has been coming on, and I see another comment about Anders, and I'll get to Anders Carlson here in a couple minutes. But I think he's trending in the right direction, which is always good to see. So thank you, Randall. I do not think they're going to go after a veteran kicker. If Anders has a poor game tomorrow and there's a guy that gets cut that the Packers could be interested in, then sure, I wouldn't be surprised. But if I had to choose one or the other, I'm sure that I think they're going to stick with Anders. So thanks, Randall, for the question. Have a good Friday. Mikey over on Facebook. Mikey, thanks for hopping in, man. Online, everyone is dumping on Carlson for last year, but I have a big feeling that if he works on a few things, he can be really good. He has a big foot. Mikey, that's what I'm talking about, man. Some positivity on this beautiful Friday morning. I love it. Thanks for hopping in. But, it's a pretty easy target. And no matter what you post, online, there's always going to be those few that find the negativity and everything. So kicker is an easy thing to attack and talk about in a negative manner. So regardless of how good he gets this year, I think there's always going to be some sort of a cloud over him unless he hits quite a few game winners. And I think the only way to win fans over is to, hit kicks consistently in the regular season, extra points especially, which I think every extra point he's attempted so far this preseason, practices and games he's made. So that is awesome. I've said it many times. There's nothing worse than going down the field, scoring a touchdown, everything looks perfect, and then you miss the extra point. That's just the most disheartening thing ever. And then at least what comes to my mind immediately is, man, I hope that 1 point doesn't come back to bite us, or, down by 4 late in the game instead of 3, or down by 2, or down by 3 late in the game and instead of 2, and you're hitting field goal to tie instead of win, or those kind of things. So, yeah, I agree. If he can work on some things and get a little bit better and more consistent, his distance is insane. His brother, I know everybody likes to compare him to his brother over there in Las Vegas with the Raiders, but they're two different guys. So, I mean, I don't know. Aaron Rodgers was, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all times. Then his brother Jordan Rodgers, I will say, was one of the greatest bachelorette contestants of all time. So this, just because they're brothers doesn't really mean much. Yeah. So little Jordan Rodgers shout out today. I did a little side note here. Sorry, we're talking Bachelorette. I did watch that entire season, and I watch every season. Bachelorette, Bachelor. I love it. Give me all of. I'm a part of Bachelor Nation. What can I say? And Jordan Rodgers, when he was on that season, one of my favorite seasons ever. So, all right, my bad for the the Bachelorette ramble here. Luke, over on Instagram, do you think Josh Jacobs is an upgrade from Aaron Jones? If he stays healthy, yeah. Even if he has, similar production, game in and game out, if he stays healthy the whole year, that's an automatic upgrade. And listen to me. I love Aaron Jones. I love Aaron Jones. I love watching him. I've always thought he's underrated, underused, underutilized. And but his one downfall was just the injuries, which obviously he can't control. So here's to Josh Jacob, injury-free year, because he's a dog. I mean, man, rushing champ 2 years ago. Last year with the Raiders, they were just an absolute mess. So don't take it from me. Take it from the film gurus, the Packers sphere that I listen to and watch. And yeah, they'll tell you all about it. The Raiders were just an absolute mess last year, and they said they were pretty much more impressed that he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He turned so many negative plays into net positives or net evens. Just because the offensive line was so bad. And they didn't have any other weapons outside of Devontae, which they didn't have a quarterback to throw to anyways, to really distract defenses from Josh Jacobs. So hopefully this year holes will be a little bit more open, and there's some more opportunity for him to get after it, because, he's still young and younger than Aaron Jones, 4 or 5 years younger. And, he's a beast. So I'm pretty excited about Josh Jacobs. Luke, thank you for hopping in over on Instagram. I appreciate you. Mikey, who do you think will have the biggest breakout season for us out of our 5 number 1 receivers? My money is on Wicks. My question, Mikey, who's your 5th number 1? Is it Bo Melton? Is it Grant Dubose? Is it Malik Heath? I'm assuming probably Bo Melton. My pecking order, top 4, no order. Obviously, Watson, Reed, Dobbs, and Wicks. And then, that 5 through 8 conversation is kind of heated up a little bit. Bo Melton, I'd probably throw at number 5. And then the last 3, Samori Toure, Malik Heath, Grant Dubose. I'm hoping Grant Dubose makes this team, because you got to remember last year he was hurt all training camp. And I think he started practicing with like a week left and just didn't have enough time to crack the roster or make any noise. But kept him around, and this preseason he's been balling out. So hopefully he can make the squad. It's really up to him, at least in my opinion. Him, Malik Heath, and Samori Toure. I think we already know what we have in Toure, which fine player. I just don't think he's going to crack the roster. So that'll be an interesting little room to watch shake out, which, by the way, next Tuesday is Cut Down Tuesday. So they got to go from 90 players to 53, which is crazy. So they're going to slice that thing in half. Back to your question, who has the biggest breakout season? Well, breakout. Last year, Reed and Dobbs had good seasons. Wicks had a solid season. Just came on the scene a little late. Christian Watson kind of already broke out, when he was healthy the last couple of years. But I think Christian Watson, man, I think he's just so good. If he can stay healthy, and I know that's a very popular saying whenever his name gets brought up, but if he can stay healthy, that's my go-to guy is Watson. Now, any fantasy related targets for any of the receivers, I'll probably stick away from those guys just because the ball's going to be spread around quite a bit. But, yeah, give me Watson. Wicks is going to be a beast. Had a chance to meet him in training camp about a week or two ago. Yeah, Wicks is going to be a monster. And it seems like him and Jordan Love have kind of that rapport and chemistry. Not quite as good as Raj and Jordy or Raj and Devontae, but, yeah, him and Wicks and Jordan seem to click. So that'll be fun to watch. So a lot of options here. So thank you, Mikey, for the comment. Appreciate you. Brady, is there any update on AJ Dillon? What's up, Brady? Unfortunately, there is no update on AJ. Coach did say yesterday they're still waiting for the test results to come back on the severity of his stinger that he got during last week's joint practice against the Broncos. At least in my opinion, the situation overall just seems a little odd to me. I don't want to go all conspiracy theorist on you here, but there's not much being said about it. The tests are taking, the tests or whatever are taking quite a while to get back. I don't know. I'm hoping for the best for AJ because, he's got a legit chance to have a big role in this offense, being the backup to Josh Jacobs. The running back room overall is a little shaky, though, right now with both AJ Dillon and Marshawn Lloyd being injured. So hopefully both those guys can heal up in time for week 1 against the Eagles. So, Brady, thanks for the question. Happy Friday. Hope you have a good weekend. Terrence, I love this. Brat or hamburger, cheese curd or onion ring? Here's where my expertise lies. I like this one. I've said it many times. I'm not some super smart expert analysis type of guy. I'm not a film guru. I'm just a fan hanging out. The literal difference between you and I is there's a camera in front of me and a keyboard in front of you, and we could switch places and it'd probably be the same exact thing. So we're all the same here. But what I am an expert on is food. So that is for certain. Brat or hamburger? That's an easy one. Brat without a doubt. Not a hamburger guy. I'll eat one. If we're at a grill or something, but I can't tell you the last time I ordered a hamburger at a restaurant. So yeah, give me a brat, mustard, cheese, or mustard, ketchup, and sauerkraut. A lot of sauerkraut. Love me some sauerkraut. Cheese curd or onion ring? Cheese curds. Another easy decision. But I will say what makes Friday even better is Festival Foods. They've got fresh cheese curds every Friday sitting out. So you can bet I'll be picking some of those up today. Terrence, shout out for the question that I am honored to elaborate on. So hope you have yourself a good Friday. And if you're around a festival, go pick up some cheese curds. They're fresh. They're squeaky. Oh, man. What else we got? Garrett, seems like Carlson is starting to catch his groove. Let's hope it continues. Hey, Garrett, I completely agree. He's had a solid week of practice, and at the same time, Greg Joseph has been struggling. So, a little easy to look at Anders' work and be optimistic about it. And I'm with you. Let's hope it continues. Let's hope it continues into the season. And hopefully he can get a little more settled in when he doesn't have 2 other kickers, breathing down his neck every single day of practice, every preseason game. Because I do think Anders is going to win this job. If you're talking about the kicker position, though, a little more if you're talking about the kicker position a lot, typically doesn't necessarily mean there's a good thing going on in that room. So hopefully Anders can keep it going. And, yeah, I think he's going to win the job. So, Garrett, thank you for the comment. Have yourself a great Friday. Justin over on Facebook, I think it's possible Lloyd overtakes Dillon at some point this season as running back too. Yeah, it's entirely possible. The problem is he's been hurt. So he was hurt during OTAs and minicamp back in June with the hip. and he's been hurt the majority of training camp now with a hamstring. And he played a little bit in that Browns preseason game. He's not going to play this weekend. He didn't play last weekend against the Browns or against the Broncos, excuse me. So, I mean, the best ability is availability, and he hasn't been able to show that. Not that it's his fault. It's just he's been injured, so there's nothing. There's not a whole lot for guys like myself, which I'm pumped for Marshawn Lloyd. I think he's going to be a beast, and I do think he's going to heal up and be good this year. And I agree with you. Yeah, I think he's got a legit shot to overtake Dillon at some point. So hopefully he can get healthy. Hopefully AJ Dillon can get healthy. The only healthy guys we got are Josh Jacobs and the Emmanuel Wilsons of the world. So hopefully those guys can heal up. Justin, I appreciate you hopping on, man. Have yourself a good Friday. Okay. We've been going at it for a while here. So let's get out of here, huh? Let's enjoy our Friday. One last reminder. We've got Packers football tomorrow happening at Lambeau. So Ravens are in town for the final preseason game. So if you're in the area and you're free, go check it out. You'll have a blast. No more open training camps to the fans. So for us, it is officially over, and we are now just 2 weeks out from real football. It's going to be here before we know it. So soak in this time where we've got nothing to sweat about, at least for the most part, outside of the minuscule little things. And just embrace this little waiting period because all hell's about to break loose here in 2 weeks for better or for worse. So, all right, guys, Rise in here. Go Pack, Rye. Appreciate you, man. Have a good Friday. That's going to do it for me today as far as the show goes. But as you know, and I say it every day, the content never stops. I'm posting anything Packers related all day long on the socials. So be sure to be following me at GBP Daily, all the social platforms. And if you're not already, it'd mean a ton for me if you could subscribe to the YouTube channel at GBP Daily as well. So I will be back at it again tomorrow. Scratch that. I'll be back at it again Monday. Heading out of town this weekend. So look forward to seeing you all then. And until then, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you.